What's up, YouTube? I'm Troy. Welcome to my channel. We're here today with Ty Pelfrey. He's going to explain a little bit about what we have here at the petroglyphs behind us. Could possibly be an amazing discovery. Could possibly be nothing. We'll find out.
I don't remember seeing this. I've only been there one time.
Lived here for well over 30 years and I never knew this was even in here.
I think it's California.
Right. Yeah. Cool, nobody's came out and vandalized it and torn it up. Like, look at that. That's way cool. Up there. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
That's what we have today. Event. It wasn't like we had to be today. It'll be today, the cross quarter day, if it works. Maybe the solstice, but I don't think so.
So just 2 days a year.
Maybe 3.
The 2 cross quarters and
Equinox. Well, yeah, 4 days. Actually, 2 solstices. You got winter and summer. You got 2 equinoxes, fall and spring. And then you have 2 cross quarter days between the 2. Actually, you have 4 cross quarter days. You got them between the solstice and the equinox on both sides. I guess they were of some sort of solar significance.
so you'd pretty much have to live here year round if you wanted to catch. I'm gonna rough it out here in the wintertime.
Way to flip it overhang.
Well, it's good that the way the sun hits in here, it's not all muddy.
All right, so we drove out here today, which is March 15th in Cody, Wyoming, and we're in Oregon Basin.
Yep.
Why are we out here today? Well, tomorrow is technically within 27 seconds. March 16th is the day of equal day and equal night. So the day and the night are divided up almost equally within 27 seconds. But tomorrow is supposed to be cloudy. And today, the day before that time, it's supposed to be sunny.
On a cloud in the sky.
On a cloud in the sky. And so the theory is, were the Native Americans that were out here in Oregon Basin using this petroglyph as a solar marker? Were they tracking the sun using this petroglyph? So for example, here's the theory. There's a line that you can see, and I think you can see the camera. It runs right along here. It's kind of an irregular line. Is that line the shape of the shadow cast from the cliff face above us?
Interesting.
Now, what time of the day? We've elected solar noon. So at 1:24 today will be when the sun hits its zenith. It's the highest it's going to be in the southern sky. And does it cast a shadow off the top of this cliff along this petroglyph line? And the thought was most cultures had some sort of calendar. They used the sun, the moons, the stars. And did they memorialize this particular day, the equinox at the Cody latitude, with this petroglyph? And above it, there's some anthropomorphic petroglyphs, and you'll notice on top of their heads, it looks like they have feathers, or are they sun rays? Are these anthropomorphs representatives of shamans, sun shamans? I don't know. And if you do know, that'd be great to find out. Let Troy know in the message below. And we haven't done any research on this other than just a speculation, because I saw some petroglyphs in Northern California that aligned with the equinox. And so I'm just kind of taking that theory and trying to apply it here in Cody.
All the way out here in Wyoming.
So why not?
So they use these to track time and possibly for worship or dedication to
Ceremonial purposes.
ceremonial.
Nobody really knows.
Yeah.
Probably the closest contact person would be a Shoshone elder or a Crow elder or a Bigfoot elder, somebody, a Sioux elder that may have that knowledge kept to them for what these perhaps are. And the other question is, do they want to disclose that?
Right.
I mean, so much of their culture has been taken from them over the centuries. There may be some religious aspects and some cultural touch points that are just close to their heart, and they just don't want to share that, which is very understandable.
Yep.
So we're here speculating today on a beautiful day, March 15th, the day before the equal day, equal night in the Oregon Basin.
And the higher up you go, the further away from true equinox if you were on the equator.
Yeah, we're calling equinox the day of equal day and equal night, and then on the 19th of March, I believe this year, it's 2024, is the true equinox where the sun is 90 degrees over the equator on Earth. But that is not true here because it's based on latitude. So every latitude has a different time of the year when it has equal day and equal night. So yeah.
Perfect.
Yep. And see how most of the sun petroglyph guys are above it? I think my postulation is this line is the shadow off of that cliff.
Yeah,
That's solar noon.
right off the side of the,
Yep. So that's
right off of that.
And so these guys, I don't know what they were. I don't know what they represent. I don't think anybody does. Unless some indigenous, elder has that knowledge in their hat. But probably maybe those feathers or those representative of sun shamans. It's just kind of odd that they radiate like that, right?
So how old do you think these are?
I don't know.
A few thousand?
They did some dating on this stuff based on how fast those rocks repatina. So if somebody chipped something off, like look up here where they shot this with a shotgun or whatever that is, right?
Yeah.
So how fast that repatinates, oxidizes to look back like this color. So look at the oxidation within the petroglyphs themselves. They're already reoxidated, right? So how long does that take? And there's some sort of formula people speculate on.
Interesting.
So my thought was at solar noon, I think that line right there, why would it be irregular? So that's why I was kind of curious. Why is it so
Right.
irregular? It's not following a crack or formation or geologic strata. It just looks to me like that right there is going to mimic this coming off the cliff. and then they could divide the day into light and dark. Now, if you look over here, look at these holes over here. See those cupules in the rock? But if you were going to assemble some people, they could sit right here and watch while, if somebody was performing a ceremony, it's almost like a natural amphitheater. Yeah. So if you came up here, if you were from these petroglyphs.
This one here?
The edge of that rock where it touches the horizon.
Yeah.
In the far distance. Look.
Oh, yeah.
See that?
One right there.
Now this rock right here. What is it? Let me see. Or this one. 178. 180. Yeah, that mound out there, that little peak, looks like a little tent.
Yep.
That's 180 degrees, give or take. Let's go with.
So here we have a time lapse of the shadow moving up. We started to film about 12:50, and as you can see right there, it's perfect. It lines up exactly with what we were thinking. The only problem is it was at 1 o'clock, 20 minutes early. But look how amazing that is. So what we got to thinking, it has to be a cross-quarter day or summer solstice on June 21st. Now if you're looking, the shadow is continuing up, and right about there is 120. So you can see with a longer day, the shadow will take longer to get up to that line. So that should put us at right about our 120, 124 mark. So at the end of this video, you see that we're pretty upset, pretty disappointed that it didn't work out. But upon further review of the video and sitting around talking and visiting about it, we decided we're going to try to come back on May 1st, which is a cross-quarter day, which happens to be May Day. So that could lead to something. It could not as well. But we're really thinking that it's summer solstice. The longest day of the year, makes the most sense. We'll see. Here's a couple of shots of the time lapse. Take a look at them. Let us know what you think. We'd love to hear it down in the comments. If you have any questions or anything to add, that'd be great. We'd love to hear it.
Is it on? Yeah. The sun has proved us wrong.
Well, you win some, you lose some. But
So-
it's not completely wrong yet.
So the theme was that this line would be the edge of a solar shadow, the shadow on solar noon on the equinox time in Cody. But it did not prove true. We had a shadow that was an illusion that looked like it followed the line, but it didn't do it at solar noon. We were 20 minutes off. So, does it happen on one of the cross-quarter days, the date between the equinox and the winter solstice? Or between the winter solstice and the spring equinox? Those are two dates we probably want to take a look at. But
Probably leaning more towards
the fall,
the fall.
access-wise.
Yep.
But it's a beautiful view, great experience seeing the petroglyphs.
Definitely.
And we're just adding to the mystery of what are they for, what were they doing here, and anyway, we'll look again in November.
Yep, to be determined. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell us what you think. We'll see you on the next one.